You've been there, right? You find the perfect flight, the price is just right, you wait maybe just a few hours to book it, and poof, it's gone. You hit refresh, and suddenly that exact same seat is $100 more expensive. It is so frustrating, and it feels completely random.
So what is really going on here? How can a price that was sitting there just a moment ago completely disappear? Well, that's the big mystery we're going to unravel. And the answer, believe it or not, lies deep inside the history of some very, very smart database technology.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The very first thing you need to understand is that this price whiplash, it's not a glitch, and it is definitely not random chaos.
No, it's a deliberate, super sophisticated, data-driven strategy. Behind that fluctuating price tag, there's a powerful system, an algorithm, that's constantly working, constantly analyzing, and constantly recalculating, all to solve a very specific problem for the airlines.
And this strategy, it has a name. It's called yield management. This is the concept that completely turned the travel industry on its head, and it turned a simple airline seat into one of the most dynamically priced products in the world.
The core idea here is that an airline seat is a perishable product. And that makes sense, right? Think about it. Once that plane takes off, an empty seat is lost revenue forever. It's just gone. So yield management is the art of using data to make sure as few seats as possible fly empty, and that every seat that is sold brings in the absolute maximum amount of money.
You know, this whole system didn't just appear out of thin air. When you look at this timeline, you can really see the database history behind it. Back in the 80s, airlines started with these pretty simple rule-based systems. Basic if-then logic. Fast forward to the 2000s, those databases get way more powerful, they start crunching way more information, and today? Phew! Today, we are deep in the era of machine learning. We're talking about engines that don't just react to the past, they actively try to predict the future.
So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What exactly is this system looking at when it decides to jack up a price from one minute to the next?
Well, it's swallowing a constant stream of data from all over the place. It's looking at booking velocity, which is just a fancy way of saying how fast seats are selling. It analyzes historical trends to see how this exact flight usually sells. It's monitoring different fare buckets. You can think of those as just blocks of seats set at different prices. And it even pulls in outside information, like an upcoming holiday or a big conference in the city you're flying to. On top of all that, it's constantly watching what the other airlines are charging.
Okay, so here's how it all comes together in real time. Let's say a popular travel blog suddenly features a great deal to Miami. Boom, step one, the system sees a huge spike in demand. Instantly, the algorithm reacts, and step two, it closes the cheapest fare bucket. Those 99 seats are just gone. So now, for anyone booking from that moment on, only the next more expensive seats are available. That's step three.
But it's not a one-way street. It works both ways. If the system notices that bookings have totally slowed down and the plane isn't filling up like it predicted, it can do the exact opposite. It might just reopen one of those cheaper fare buckets to try and lure new buyers in and get that booking velocity back on track. It's a constant, automated balancing act.
And this brings us to what is, for me, the most fascinating part of this whole story. These systems, they've evolved way beyond just following rules. Now they actually learn and adapt. This really captures the massive technological leap. See, the old database systems were reactive. They looked at past data to set today's price. But the new machine learning systems, they are predictive. They don't just react. They're forecasting future demand for weeks, even months out. They've gone from just managing seat inventory to optimizing the entire mix of fares, and they can even predict how many people are likely to cancel.
And this is the perfect way to think about it. It's not just a program executing lines of code. It's like a living digital system that constantly learns from every search, every booking, getting smarter and more efficient with every single flight that takes off.
And that is the ultimate takeaway here. All of this intelligence, all this prediction, this real-time adaptation, it's all powered by a database that is always on, always processing, and always learning. It's the unsung hero behind every price you see. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. We've seen how these systems learn about demand, holidays, and what competitors are doing. But in an age of personalized data, if the price itself can learn, what else is it learning about you, the individual traveler? Something to think about next time you search for a flight.